know, the way I would look at it, like if you could compare him to like a character now, I'd say he's like the Penguin. He's like ruthless like that with his friends.
So Jay-Z's alleged son's paternity case is heating back up in court because his godmother has filed a new motion. She's claiming that vital court pages were missing in earlier rulings and demanding that the case be reopened after years of being shut down.
Crazy to me. You know, I'm not asking for no money or nothing. I'm not asking for no handouts or nothing like that. I work every day. I take care of my family. Only thing I'm asking for, if it's not the truth and there's nothing wrong with the Supreme Court, like, you know, just get it over with.
Yeah.
I'm with Jay-Z's daughter. My name is Letitia Mason from Cambridge, Maryland. My mom, her name is Lisa Mason. She has multiple sclerosis. I've been hearing that Jay-Z was my father all my life. There's no way that he can deny anything.
All right, y'all. It's getting real messy again with Jay-Z and the rumored son he refuses to acknowledge. And guess who's allegedly stirring the pot this time? None other than Dame Dash. So here's the deal. New filings just dropped in that long-running case with Rymir Satterthwaite, the guy who says he's Jay's son from the 90s. And apparently, Dame is in the background giving Rymir info and receipts from the Roc-A-Fella days to help push things along. So let's talk about those receipts, the court docs, and why Dame decided to insert himself in this drama in the first place. Because it's looking real Roc-A-Fella reunion, but make it court edition.
Son, he spent like millions at this point to fight this case. Like, if this really wasn't your son, take the test to prove that it's not. I think the real reason he doesn't want to take the test is because if it proves that he's the father, that would also prove that he was sleeping with an underage girl at the time.
So the newest update just hit the courts a few days ago after Rymir's godmother, Miss Lily Coley, filed a whole new motion in federal court out in California. And according to her filing, Jay's lawyers only handed over about 18 pages of what's supposed to be a 100-plus page court record from back in New Jersey, which means Jay's team presented a distorted picture of the case to the judge. And Lily's saying those missing pages are where the real juice is, including that modification application document. Essentially, that document could show that the paternity issue was never fully closed in state court. And if that's true, it means this whole case is dismissed story that Jay-Z's lawyers are pushing might not be the full picture. Meanwhile, Jay's camp is still out here claiming this whole thing is a decades-long harassment and that these new filings are just wasting the court's time. So now we've got two sides. One saying the system's covering up a truth that's been buried since the 90s, and the other saying this is just a whole bunch of baseless accusations. But let's rewind for a second, because there might be more to this story than just Jay refusing to acknowledge Rymir. So way back in the 90s, before Beyonce, before billion-dollar businesses, Jay was still on the come-up. And according to Rymir's late mother, Wanda Satterthwaite, she and Jay allegedly had a little something going on around that time in New Jersey. But see, according to Rymir, Wanda was under the age of 18 when Jay got her pregnant. And there's been a lot of speculation that this is the real reason Jay-Z is fighting so hard to block Rymir's paternity case.
How old was she when you were born?
15 going on 16.
15. They had met. Now, how old was Jay-Z at the time?
I think like 22.
But it gets messier. According to a lawsuit Rymir filed in Philadelphia in 2018, Jay-Z's attorney made Wanda sign legal papers while she was in the hospital recovering from a medicated coma, which replaced his godmother Lily Coley's name without consent and for nefarious reasons. With that sneaky move, Jay managed to get the case thrown out of the Philadelphia court. And Rymir's family later said in an interview they'd never seen that level of corruption or felt that kind of pain. And the same thing happened every time Rymir would make one step forward with this case. He's filed petitions, DNA requests, all kinds of stuff across New Jersey and Pennsylvania. And every time there's some technicality. Wrong jurisdiction, expired claim, case dismissed. But then it got even darker when Rymir and his godmother revealed that Rymir was shot after filing his lawsuit against Jay.
Rymir was shot somewhere in September. He was in a parking lot with other people near where he's at living now. And out of all the cars there.
And according to Lily, a lot of strange things started happening around the time Rymir filed his lawsuit, like random people showing up at her front door and trying to scare her. By the way, Lily made it clear that this case isn't just about Jay-Z. It's about our corrupt justice system that allows anyone with money and connections to get their way. Now, as for Jay's side, his team is still focused on shutting the whole case down on technicalities. Wrong jurisdiction, expired claims, whatever sticks. And now they're going for sanctions, which basically means they want the court to punish Lily Coley for wasting their time, and that could mean fines or even blocking her from filing again. So instead of fighting over DNA, they're fighting over paperwork. Jay's team knows if they keep it procedural, they'll never have to open the door to that swab and cotton ball moment. And that's why people online are saying what we're all thinking. If Rymir's case is so baseless, why not just take the test and be done. Besides that, Rymir, he's not even chasing money. He said multiple times that he just wants the truth, and it's not like he can get child support retroactively even if he's able to prove Jay is his dad. Even 50 Cent pointed this out and shared a screenshot of a headline about Rymir's lawsuit with the caption, "Why exactly does he want?" But we're all thinking the same thing. That's his nose, LOL. But see, from Jay's perspective, or at least his lawyers, it's not that simple. Taking that test would mean acknowledging that the claim even deserves a response. So instead, they treat it like noise. But that strategy clearly isn't working because here we are, decades later, and the story's still alive. And guess whose name just got dragged back into the mix? Mr. Damon Dash himself. Sources close to Dame are saying he's allegedly feeding Rymir's team information from back in the day. We're talking old school Roc-A-Fella era tea. Who was where, who was hanging with who, what parties were happening, what cities Jay was moving through in the early 90s. Basically, the kind of behind the scenes details that could help Rymir's side pin down timelines and prove his mom really could have known Jay like she claimed. And it kind of tracks with Dame's personality too. He's been saying for years that Jay sold out their legacy, that he's fake, that he abandoned his people and messed with his money.
How is he messing up your money?
You know, like if I'm trying to sell something, him and his lawyers, Alex Shapiro, putting a false lawsuit on me, like, you know, like that, devaluing anything that I have or trying to sell. But, you know, or even down to like, we were selling Rockware, right, for like $400 million or whatever. I was gonna make $40 million. And right before Tommy Hilfiger signs the papers, he makes an announcement saying that he's not f***ing with Rockware, that he's only f***ing with S. Carter. The whole shit. And I just feel like he did that only because I was gonna make $40 million. Like he just couldn't see, like they get so mad if I'm gonna make money off them. Like every time I could have made a really big check, he's always stepped in and intentionally f***ed it up. Listen, don't ask me, ask the rest of the industry. Like, you know, the way I would look at it, like if you could compare him to like a character now, I'd say he's like the Penguin. He's like ruthless like that with his friends or people that help him. At least that's how it kind of rolled out. But I don't, you know, again, I don't want to talk about this all day because all they're going to say is, you keep talking about it. Like, now you asking me questions about it.
But some people are torn on Dame getting involved in this. Half the fans are saying it's good that somebody's finally standing up to Jay, but the other half think Dame's just being messy again and using Rymir to get revenge on Jay. But y'all, just when you think this story couldn't get any crazier, another person steps up saying they might be part of the Carter bloodline. Her name is Letitia Macer, and she came out a few years back claiming that she too is Jay's secret love child. According to Gossip, Letitia was born in Cambridge, Maryland, and her mom Lisa met Jay back in the 90s. Letitia also shared an IG post, which she later deleted, claiming she grew up in a city where everyone knew Jay-Z was her father. And then she shared side-by-side photos of her and Jay and wrote, "There's no way he can deny anything, especially when there were people there that knew him." Well, one of the people who was actually around Jay back in those Roc-A-Fella days is Oshino from State Property. Oshino came up under Roc-A-Fella around 99, before State Property really blew up. So he saw things firsthand. And according to him, everybody who was in that circle back in the 90s already knew Jay had a daughter out in Maryland that he refused to claim. Oshino said when his own son tragically passed away in a car accident a few years ago, Jay didn't reach out, didn't send condolences, nothing. And Oshino said he wasn't shocked because, in his words, if a man can't even acknowledge his own daughter, why would he show up for anybody else?
Your son. Your son passed away, and you said something that stuck with me. You said Jay-Z didn't call you.
course. I didn't even expect him to neither. I didn't expect him to. So like me, I'm not even in it. I'm just looking at how you treat other people. That's like, I mean, like damn, I know. I don't stand a chance. Even like the daughter he got. I'm not hiring my daughter for nobody. The whole reason to get money is for your kids. Like, if a mother don't let their daughter, they definitely don't let you.
And Oshino didn't stop there. He also questioned how Jay could even sleep at night knowing there's a young woman out there who might be his daughter. And here's what's wild. Letitia's mom's story overlaps time-wise with Rymir's mom's story. Both women say they were both involved with Jay around the same early to mid-90s era. And both of their kids grew up hearing the same name as their alleged father. Coincidence? Maybe. But a lot of people are looking at Jay sideways and saying there's no way he only has one baby mama, knowing how he moved back in the day. Well, let me know what y'all think. Is this just another round of people trying to take down the Carter empire, or is there actually some truth to this? And why do you think Jay won't take that DNA test just to shut everybody the hell up? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and I'll catch y'all in the next video.